At 80 years old, Cher has lived a life filled with more pain and heartbreak than most people could ever imagine. Behind the bright stage lights, the hit songs, and the strong image the world sees, there is a story of deep sadness, loss, and struggles that never seem to end. This is not just about fame. This is about a woman who has carried heavy burdens from the time she was a little girl all the way into her later years. Stay with me until the very end of this video because the full picture of what she has gone through will touch your heart in ways you may not expect, and the final parts of her story are the ones that stay with you the longest. Cher grew up in a home that was never steady. Money was always tight. Some weeks the family had almost nothing to eat. She moved from place to place as a child, never knowing how long she would stay in one house or with the same people. There were times when things got so hard that she spent periods away from her mother in places meant for children who had nowhere else to go. Her father was mostly gone from her life and dealt with his own serious problems. Her mother worked hard and tried to make a better life, but she also went through many difficult relationships and changes that left little room for a calm childhood. School was another struggle. Cher found reading and numbers very hard, and for a long time, no one understood why. She felt different and alone a lot of the time. Those early years left marks that never fully went away. As a young woman, she found someone who seemed to offer safety and a shared dream. Together, they rose to great fame. The songs, the shows, and the attention made them one of the most known pairs in the world. From the outside, it looked perfect. Inside, it was very different. The relationship became controlling. She worked long hours night after night, yet she discovered that almost everything they built was set up so that she owned almost nothing. When she finally decided she could not stay any longer, she walked away with far less than she had earned through years of hard work. The loneliness during that time was so deep that she later spoke about standing on a balcony and thinking about ending everything. Thoughts of her child and the people who looked up to her pulled her back each time. Leaving that life meant starting over with almost nothing. She faced more pain after that. She lost pregnancies more than once before finally becoming a mother. Another marriage brought its own troubles when the person she was with struggled with serious addiction. Raising her children while dealing with public attention and private battles was never easy. Years later, she lost the man she had once shared so much of her early success with in a sudden accident. Even though they had been apart for a long time, the news hit her hard. Grief does not always follow neat rules, and that loss stayed with her. Today, at 80, one of the deepest sources of heartbreak continues with her younger son. He has faced long and serious problems with addiction and his mental health. There have been arrests and times when he needed hospital care. As a mother, she has tried more than once to step in legally so she could protect him and manage things he was no longer able to handle on his own. Courts have not always agreed with the timing of her requests, leaving her in the painful position of wanting to help but being limited in what she can do. On top of that, she learned later in life that she has a granddaughter she had not known about for many years. Building a connection after so much time apart brings its own mix of feelings. Family, which should bring comfort, has instead brought some of her heaviest worries in her later years. Through all of this, Cher has kept going. She has rebuilt her career more than once when it seemed finished. She has stood on stages, recorded music, and faced the public even when her private life was falling apart. She has spoken openly about hating the process of getting older and still feeling like the same person inside who never quite feels fully grown up or wiser. Yet she continues. That strength does not erase the pain. The tragedies are real and ongoing. The childhood instability, the controlling marriage and financial betrayal, the lost pregnancies, the sudden death of someone important, and the long fight for a son who is still struggling all sit together as parts of one long, hard story. At 80, she is still receiving honors and still connected to music and life, but the weight of what she has carried shows. Many people only see the glamorous side. The real story is much quieter and much sadder. It is the story of a girl who never had a steady home, a young woman who gave everything to a partnership that left her with almost nothing, a mother who has watched her child suffer for years, and an older woman who still wakes up carrying those same worries. The heartbreak is not one single event, it is a lifetime of them stacked on top of each other. If this story has moved you, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe so you do not miss more stories like this. Share it with someone who might need to hear about real strength mixed with real pain. Thank you for watching all the way to the end.